you. Welcome everybody to the October 24th board work session. All board members are present except for Elizabeth Gates, who is absent tonight. At this time, I would like to call Miss Sarah P. Warzik for the Pledge of the Flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time, I am going to turn it over to Dr. Rabey, who will be speaking about the capital improvement project.
Good evening, everyone. You should have a copy of the PowerPoint at your seat. And there are also new boards that just came in. I think they came in yesterday afternoon that are in the center to take a look at. But we'll walk through this slide deck detailing the capital project for 2023. Yep. Oh. I know. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now it's on. To start off, there is a thought exchange set up for the capital project for any questions or thoughts on this particular project, and we'll create an FAQ as a result of that, and it'll be up on our website along with this PowerPoint presentation, and also it will become part of our any future presentations up into December 12th, the day of the vote. So people can just grab that QR code or input the 9-digit code into that tejoin.com. This is difficult to see from here. Can I see it up here? Yep. So since 2011, the West Seneca Central School District has consistently reviewed its facilities and the mechanical systems through a building condition survey, which is used to develop a future plan for facility improvements. The district utilizes a facility improvement team, otherwise known as FIT, that meets with our architect to review the future plans and information collected during the building condition survey. The team then begins to look at the systems that require repair and or replacement, as well as the academic program needs of the district in order to develop items for a potential capital project. The West Seneca School community's input is always vital for the FIT to consider in its decision-making process. After the FIT met multiple times over this past spring and summer to design the project, which was based on the input coupled with the remaining items left on our 5-year facility study list, a final proposal was developed. Once the project was sketched out, we made a presentation to the Board of Education in August. Now that it is finalized, the Board of Education will take action on it tonight. We will then put it up for our school community vote on Tuesday, December 12th. This timeline would then allow us to package the project to be sent to New York State Department of Education in early 2024 with a potential approval in the fall of 2024. We can then take advantage, as we have in the past, of bidding the project in January of 2025. Bidding in January is always very favorable for schools, as we have the greatest potential of coming in under budget and utilizing that extra funding back into the capital reserve for our next project. And then phase construction would start as soon as we have approval from SED and responsible bids have been accepted. So a little bit about the project. This project is designed in a 3-proposition format. They're scaffolded propositions. In other words, Proposition 1 has to pass before Proposition 2 can be considered. Proposition 1 and 2 have to pass before Proposition 3 can be considered. Proposition 1, this prioritizes a dry and safe environment at West Seneca School District. Scope includes replacing the roofs at Northwood Elementary and both high schools, which are currently out of warranty. Upgrading security cameras at all of the elementary schools, and reconfiguring the parking lot at West Senior High School. If that one is successful, then Proposition 2 could be considered, and this Proposition 2 is theater upgrades at East Senior and West Senior. These improvements involve installing energy-efficient LED lighting, enhancing sound systems and speakers, and completely replacing the stage rigging system, which includes the riggings, curtains, ropes, and weights. It is focused on delivering modern and state-of-the-art facilities for the performing arts. Then if Proposition 1 and 2 go, we can consider Proposition 3, which enhances the East Senior High School and East Middle School with a multi-purpose turf complex for district-wide use, in addition to new playgrounds at Northwood Elementary and Winchester Potters Elementary. The turf complex includes drainage improvements, sports equipment, scoreboards, stadium lights, bleachers, fencing, and gates. A little bit deeper into the propositions, the roofs, again, at Northwood Elementary, West and East Senior High Schools, and the current concerns are they are out of warranty, and all roof repair is currently the financial responsibility of the district. This piece of the proposition would total $15 million. Again, Proposition 1, the elementary upgrades of the security cameras would be all 5 elementaries, and this total cost would be $1,250,000. And the final piece of the Proposition 1 is reconfiguring West Senior parking lot to make it a safer environment than it currently is. This is just a quick sketch. This is not a final product by any means. What we would do is have a user meeting with West Senior administration along with law enforcement to map out the best traffic flow for this particular space. And this estimated cost is $7,250,000. Proposition 2, again, if Proposition 1 is successful, would be the theater upgrades for both high schools. And as I mentioned, updating the theatrical lighting system fixtures with LED lighting, theatrical sound system and speakers, and full replacement of the stage rigging. This would total cost for this would be $4 million. And then Proposition 3 would be the multi-sports complex between East Senior and East Middle School. And this would be used for district-wide use, not just for the east side. And again, this would include site prep, drainage improvements, the fields and equipment, scoreboards, stadium lights, bleachers, site pavement, fencing, and gates for a total of $10.5 million. Along with the replacements of the playgrounds at Northwood and Winchester, which would total $2 million. So about the funding. So we look at 3 different funding mechanisms: New York State Building Aid, Capital Reserve, and then our local share. So we have to take into consideration the cost of the full project with multiple propositions. The amount of the Capital Reserve, we're targeting the use of $2.5 million. Capital project maximum aid ability per New York State for West Seneca is 0.76 or 76 cents on the dollar versus adjusted aid ability per specific regulations. And what that means is some pieces of the project have a higher level of aid ability than others. And then we take a look at the impact on the local tax levy. So what this looks like graphically, 76% comes from New York State, 19% comes to the Capital Reserve, and then 5% comes from the local share. Looking again at the 3 propositions, Proposition 1 is a total of $23.5 million, 2 is a total of $4 million, and 3 is a total of $12.5 million. What does this mean funding-wise? So the local share beginning in 2027 increases by a little over $302,000, and the tax rate increase would be 21 cents per thousand, so approximately $10.88 on a $52,000 assessed home. Proposition 1 passes, consider Proposition 2, and then the local share beginning in 2027 would increase to $351,000. Tax rate would increase to 24 cents per thousand, and approximately $12.65 on a $52,000 assessed home. And then again, Proposition 3, if 1 and 2 are successful, local share beginning in 27 would increase to $604,000, a little over $604,000. Tax rate would increase to 42 cents per thousand, approximately $21.76 on a $52,000 assessed home. Again, looking at the budget breakdown, 59% comes from Proposition 1, which is the roofs, cameras, and parking lot. Proposition 2 is 10% of the project, which is the theater upgrades. And then Proposition 3 is 31% of the project for the multi-sports complex and the playground. And just to circle back to the funding piece, 76% comes from state aid, 19% comes from the local share. I did this stuff last night. 5% comes from the capital reserve. So the funding includes interest on anticipated $37.5 million after capital reserve of $2.5 million for the 15-year bond offering. Again, if anyone has any questions or additional thoughts about the proposed capital project, you can submit those to Thought Exchange, and we will create that FAQ for everybody to see along with the slide deck. The vote date is Tuesday, December 12th from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at East Senior High School Gym. And then these are upcoming public presentations throughout the district. We're utilizing all the PTA meetings. Starting, the first one is at Northwood Elementary on November 2nd at 5:30. And then we'll finish all the way up a month later at East Senior on December 7th at 6:30. I think we're going to do that in the odd. Any questions from the board?
Any questions, folks? Okay. Thanks, Dr. Rabey.
You're very welcome.
Comprehensive, easy to understand, and
Clear where the money's going.
yeah, and clear where the money's coming from, right? I always think people are a little bit surprised when they know how much state aid we really get for these projects. So I think
And
that's
the
important.
responsible use of the capital reserve.
Right.
And I think what's important to state with that is that that money, they say it's still tax dollars, right? But that money's going to go elsewhere. If we
Yes.
don't take advantage of it, some other district will. So by not having these projects on a rolling basis, we are giving away revenue. We are giving away opportunities to better our plants and our classrooms and our entire district. So,
And some, to that point, some of these upgrades are gonna cost us long-term if we don't fix them now, right?
Absolutely.
there's
The
no
roofs,
doubt.
the security issues, so, you know,
Especially
we're
the prop
spending,
one. Yep.
yeah, we're
Yep.
spending money now, which no one likes to spend money, but coming, go another 10 years of this, we're gonna spend more money to fix the problem we could have fixed more cheaply now.
It's probably the wrong way to say it, but no matter what, we have to fix the roofs, so let's borrow the money to do it properly. I'd hate to have to take $23 million out of our operating budget to fix this stuff. I mean, this, especially number one, there's not really choices. It hasn't been done yet. It should have been done.
Right.
We kind of have to do this stuff, so let's borrow wisely to do it instead of...
Do it the smart way, do it the right way.
Yeah.
This
And
puts us under warranty for all of our roofs after we get these
After
ones
those
done.
roofs,
Yeah, okay.
Warranties are nice.
I
Yeah,
don't think there's anything on here that's not a necessity. We've heard loud and clear with regards to East situation, not having a baseball field. We're way behind neighboring districts in that area. It just enhances the whole district. It brings it all up. And, the theater upgrades, those are things that we want to continue to put out quality performances, top-notch performances. And those are things that have just worn out. The thing that I'd like to also express is that even in the face of conversations about redistricting, each one of these buildings, no matter what configuration, are going to have students using everything. So the conversations come up about, the upgrades to the science and rooms and things like that. Regardless of what happens down the road in reconfiguration, these are going to be assets that are going to be utilized by our students.
Yeah, that was the point that I really wanted to make too, Vince. We're not shuttering any schools. All of these schools are going to be used, and any improvements,
But-
people will
Benefit our
see
community.
directly. Yeah, and our kids will feel directly, so, okay.
Well,
Can I, oh, go ahead,
And the
sorry.
bottom line is, most of these things that aren't the security measures or, the building structures, these are things that we're responding to, that the kids are saying that they need, right? These are things that we're listening to a community say, we want the theater to be upgraded, we want these opportunities to use these programs, so, this is money it's a direct investment in the things that we're listening to a school district say, we want, we need, we're gonna use, and that makes all the sense in the world.
The way that it's been built with the different proposition builds in some choice as well. So the voters will have a clear choice on each one of these. They're packaged individually, and I think that's respectful of the community and allowing them to really voice what they feel we need. So, I digress.
I do want to reiterate about the theaters. They put on some great shows. They rent lighting. The original lighting is probably still there from the time the theaters were put together. But can anyone, I mean, everyone here, I think, knows what part of the school day from open till close is the theater not being used? It's a classroom. I mean, and I would hate to have lighting in our kids' classrooms that doesn't work improperly. I mean, again, they have great shows, but they're in there every day for lots of things. So I mean, I was happy to hear the rigging and stuff too. It's not just the lighting,
Yes, everything.
but switching over to LED lighting, I mean, I can't imagine what the cost savings is on electricity. Those lights are on all day, right?
Pretty
I mean,
much.
they're used, so I'm happy that it's going to, a type of lighting that is cheaper.
All right, folks, I think we're all, really happy about the promise of these proposals. So if we don't have any more questions, I'd like to move on because we have a busy night. Okay. All right, so we're going to move to the public comment portion of the meeting. I don't know if we have anybody, do I still have to read this, Dr. Rabey?
Not if nobody's done.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's here, so we're going to skip that part. Okay.
Do you want a motion on that, or?
Do I need to motion? No? Okay.
Just asking.
Okay. Thank you, though. All right. So we're going to move on to part 4 of the agenda. Okay. Under new business. Okay, we're looking at section 4A, the seeker resolution. I'd like a motion for item 4A.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, thank you. Vince has made a motion to accept. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
And Ed has seconded. Thanks, Ed. Any discussion? Okay, so Nicole's informed me that this should be a roll call vote. Okay, so we're going to do that. All right, we're going to start with Mr. Bedient. How do you vote,
Yes.
sir? Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Vanderlip?
Yes.
Mrs. Piworzik?
Yes.
Mrs. Scott? Mr. Truck?
Yes.
Okay, and myself is a yes. So, after voting, 4A has been approved 6-0. Thank you. Okay, and moving on to 4B, resolution, special meeting, and vote. I'd like a motion for item 4B.
I'll motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Laura, and Trek has seconded. Thank you. Okay, also a roll call vote. So, Mr. Bedient, how do you
Yeah.
vote?
Yes.
And Mr. Vanderlet?
Yes.
Thank you. Mrs. P?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Thanks. Trek?
Yes.
And myself is a yes. And so, after voting, item 4B has been approved 6-0. Okay. So moving on. This is harder than it looks, guys.
You're doing great.
And I appreciate Nicole giving me a little script for tonight. It really helps me keep on track, so thank you. All right, so we are looking at 4C, appointment of officials for special meeting and vote.
I'll make
Need a
that
second?
motion.
Okay. Okay, wait, I'd like a motion for 4C. So we have Ed.
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve 4C.
Thank you.
How's that?
Thank you. And a second?
I'll second.
And Vince has seconded. Okay, we're going to do a roll call vote for this as well. Mr. Bedient?
Yes.
Yes.
Vince? Sarah? Laura?
Yes.
Trek?
Yes.
And myself is a yes. Okay. After voting, item 4C has been approved 6-0. All right. Okay, friends, we're on to 5, anticipated executive session. All right, I'm going to need a motion to enter into executive session for the purpose of discussing the employment history of a particular person and matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person.
I would love to make that motion to go in executive.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thanks, Trek seconds. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Okay, item passes 6-0. Okay, so we will not be conducting any business after the executive session. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
apologize. Are we going to be conducting business after the executive session? No? Okay, sorry. It was just,
That's okay, I know.
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from
Okay.
on that, okay. So we will not be conducting any business after the executive session. We will return to the boardroom just to adjourn the meeting. Okay? All right, thank you. Okay, so this meeting has officially been adjourned.